Islam reached Africa through two gateways, from the east and the north. From both directions, the carriers of Islam navigated across vast empty spaces, the waters of the Indian Ocean and the desert sands of the Sahara. Both ocean and desert, which so often are considered barriers, could be crossed with appropriate means of transportation and navigational skills, and they were, in fact, excellent transmitters of religious and cultural influences. Densely populated lands, on the other hand, functioned as filters, their numerous layers slowing down the infiltration of religious and cultural influences. From Egypt, Islamic influence extended in three directions: through the Red Sea to the eastern coastal areas, up the Nile Valley to Sudan, and across the western desert to the Maghreb. In the 11th century, Arab nomads drove downwards from Egypt to the Sudan and westwards across North Africa. The nomads contributed to the Islamization and Arabization of the Sudan and North Africa. At the same time, Muslim seamen from Egypt and Arabia established commercial centers along the Red Sea and Africa's east coast. By the 12th century, the last indigenous Christians disappeared from North Africa, and by the 15th century, the Christian Coptic population of Egypt itself was reduced to a minority of some 15%. The Christian Nubians, who resisted Muslim expansion for almost 6 centuries, steadily lost ground between the 12th and the 14th centuries. It was only in the Horn of Africa that the power struggle between Islam and Christianity remained undecided. Ethiopia endured as a Christian state even after the number of Muslims had grown considerably. Muslims could not own land and were excluded from higher government offices. On the eastern African coast, Islam faced the challenge of Christianity between the 16th and the 18th centuries. Religion was important in the struggle of Arab and Swahili Muslims. The struggle concluded with the withdrawal of the Portuguese from the coast north of Mozambique after 1698. However, Muslims lost to the Christians the control of the maritime trade in the Indian Ocean. Muslims had dominated this trade for more than 7 centuries, though they had faced competition from Asian Hindus and Buddhists. The Saharan trade, on the other hand, remained completely at the hands of Muslims. Europeans interfered in the Saharan trade only indirectly after the 15th century, when they began diverting some of the gold to the coast. Because Islam spread to West Africa from North Africa, Muslims there followed the Maliki school of law, dominant in North Africa. On the other hand, in East Africa, where Islam came from the Arabian Peninsula, Muslims followed the Shafi'i school of law that prevailed in Arabia. Both regions, however, were exposed to the influence of the Ibadiyya sect. Ibadi merchants opened up trade across the Sahara and were among the first Muslims who reached the Western Sahara as early as the 8th and 9th centuries. But however, converts they had made were converted to Maliki Islam by the 11th century. The Ibadiyya had been established in Eastern Arabia during the first centuries of Islam and became dominant in Zanzibar after the Omani conquest of this island in the 18th century. The Ibadis of Zanzibar maintained their distinct Arab identity and did not engage in missionary work among Africans. The spread of Islam in Africa was much more than the passing on and adoption of religious ideas. As the UNESCO General History of Africa summarizes, summarizes, quote, "Unlike many other faiths, Islam is not only a religion, it is a comprehensive way of life, catering for all the fields of human existence. Islam provides guidance for all aspects of life, individual, social, material, and moral, economic and political, legal and cultural, national and international. Hence, the wave of Islamization across the African continent is not surprising due to the fact that the African people have always been a religious and spiritual people.